Okay, guys, so there isn't a single fight fan on earth or in the world who will not know the news I'm about to. Well, I could call it news by now, it's not news, everybody knows it, but here's a clip just to set the context and set the scene for what this video is going to be about.
There you have it. Announced Team Chandler versus Team McGregor on The Ultimate Fighter, and then fighting later this year. Conor was the fight that I wanted. Conor has expressed interest in wanting to fight me, and now here we are, going to be on ESPN, my team versus his team, Team Chandler versus Team McGregor, competing every single day. The competition starts right now. Chandler versus McGregor starts right now. I get to go to Vegas. Conor's going to be in Vegas, stuck together in the same city for a month and a half. I don't know how long we're going to film, but the competition is 24/7 the entire time, whether it be for pride, whether it be for our fighters, whether it be for our team, whether it be for our reputation. I want to win this thing. I don't just want to beat Conor later this year whenever the fight happens. I want to beat Conor badly on tough. I don't even want him to win a fight. I'm going to pick the best fighters. I'm going to be the best coach I can possibly be, well something up inside of these fighters, inside of The Ultimate Fighter, on ESPN, leading up to this fight. The animosity, the tension, the games, the gamesmanship, the strategy, the verbal altercations. The competition starts right now. I still got one dude on my mind. Conor McGregor. Heading to Vegas, baby. Cannot wait. This is something I've been wanting to do forever. I've wanted to be a coach on tough. I've wanted to take off the fighter cap and put on the coaching cap and usher these young men or women into the opportunity of a lifetime. Being on The Ultimate Fighter on ESPN week in and week out for however long this show airs is the opportunity of these young fighters' lifetime. And I get the opportunity to coach a handful of them. It's something I've been wanting to do forever. So now we build the hype, we build the competition, because as I said, I'm a natural born competitor. I want to go out there and compete. And I don't just want to compete, I want to win. And Conor's the same way. So I know he's already thinking of what tough is going to be like, what The Ultimate Fighter is going to be like, being in the same vicinity as me, the guy that he's going to fight months from now. Little games, little gamesmanship, things he's going to say, ways he's going to try to get in my head, ways I'm going to try to get inside of his head, how he's going to battle the verbal altercations, not to mention the fact that you're dealing with the emotional ups and downs of your team winning or losing each fight.
So yes, look, first of all, I didn't play the whole clip of Michael Chandler's confirmation from his own mouth because I was just concerned that my channel, my YouTube channel would get a strike for that. And I already got another strike pending for some content that I shared online, which actually belongs to the UFC. So look, Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor have been confirmed as the two coaches for the Ultimate Fighter, so the UFC Ultimate Fighter season 31. And as in this is blowing up all over social media, all over YouTube, all over Instagram, all over the combat sporting scene, especially mixed martial arts. And Michael Chandler came to the UFC. He talks about it. People listen. They kind of argue, they toss back and forth about it, and it looks like it's happening. It's in the works. Well, not in the works. Not in the works. It's happening. It's official. So I mean, it's official for now. I mean, hopefully nothing happens in between now and when the Ultimate Fighter season 31 actually airs and gets broadcast, and when they start producing the show. But look, for me, it's going to be a really interesting matchup. When I saw this on Instagram, that's one of the first things that I said in the comment section to another fellow mixed martial arts podcaster. And I said, look, this will be a really interesting matchup because for me, there are two polar opposites. You got Conor McGregor, who is now a thorough inside-out world champion of mixed martial arts. There's nowhere in the world you go to and you talk about anything combat sports related, especially mixed martial arts, and you mention his name, people don't know who he is. People know who the hell he is. But it's also not the fact that he's been so successful in the sport, but also the way he carries himself, his trash talking, and just his whole demeanor, his whole character, whether you love him or hate him, he's Conor McGregor, and he always brings, he's always entertaining whenever he fights, even whenever he's going to do a press conference or even just a mere interview. And then you have Michael Chandler, who was a champion in Bellator. He's not an unknown quantity himself. People know who he is. When he came to the UFC, was popular again. People knew who he was. Started off strongly, but the other two or three fights after his fight with Dan Hooker didn't go so well, and he lost. Then he had his fight against Tony Ferguson and had a successful fight there, successful win there. He finished with a knockout with a kick to Tony Ferguson's head. But even besides his success in the cage in mixed martial arts, he's not so much a trash talker like Conor McGregor. And just watching Michael Chandler's video about just confirming the whole thing's gonna be happening. He said himself that he's gonna say some things that's gonna will put him mentally in McGregor's head. McGregor's gonna say some things that'll put himself mentally in Chandler's head. So it is gonna be for me a really interesting match to see what these two guys are like, having to stay underneath the same roof for such a long period of time, trying to coach about a dozen newbies beneath them, trying to get them just trying to prepare them for the UFC fight scene. It'll be really because the two are like Chandler and McGregor are like chalk and cheese. You don't really think of them being friends or think of them being partners in anything, unless if they're going to fight in the cage. Instead, unless if they're going to be going head to head. But yeah, for me again, and I've repeated that word so many times now. It'll be interesting to see what this is like and how it pans out. And then there's the fight that will take place not too long after the Ultimate Fighter season 31. Now for me, who would I think is going to win? My opinion may change, but I think maybe Michael Chandler has the upper hand here. He's been staying very active. I've seen, we've all seen him fighting in the cage, what he's like when he's performing in the cage. He's very ferocious. His stand-ups are very, very good. His wrestling's very, very good. As for Conor McGregor, well, he may be a champion, but in between his last fight, which he lost against Dustin Poirier, between his last fight and now, how active has he been staying? And on top of that, ring rust is a thing. If you've been staying inactive for such a long period of time, and then you've got a fight coming up, and you probably your fight camp has not been as good, and you haven't really done all the things you're supposed to do to prepare for the upcoming competition, then you're not. There's a good chance you're going to lose that fight. So really, only a miracle will help you in the cage when you're fighting. So for me, for now, I believe that unless if my opinion is that I was going to say it was going to be such a close one that I just couldn't make up my mind. But just looking at things, Chandler, Michael Chandler is always staying active, even when he hasn't got a fight. He's always staying fight ready. So for me, I think Michael Chandler is going to take the win from the fight. I could be wrong. Because if McGregor had won all of his past fights against Dustin Poirier, I'm sure my opinion, may well be different, and so would the opinions of many other people. Some people are even saying that McGregor, after those two last performances against Dustin Poirier, that now he's on the decline, and now really it's he's just heading towards retirement. He should. He's done so well in the UFC. He's done so well in mixed martial arts. He's been so successful. He should consider pursuing other things now, because what else is there for him to do in mixed martial arts? In the UFC, he's done everything that really is expected of a fighter. He's achieved and accomplished everything, not so many things, but everything within mixed martial arts. That's what I think. I think Michael Chandler has the upper hand in this upcoming fight after the Ultimate Fighter season 31. I could be wrong, but for now, I think that is my personal opinion. Look, also let me just finish by saying, please don't forget to like or subscribe if you did like this video and enjoyed enjoy my content. I do apologize for the video quality. My other phone, which I use to record most of my videos and podcasts, is not so good, so I'm having to use a secondary phone. So you notice, of course, the video quality is a bit grainy and darker than usual. So yeah, guys, once again, thank you for watching and for listening, and don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Take care, guys. Of course, and I can't believe I forgot to even add this in the video, somewhere in the middle anyway. What do you think about the matchup for the whole the Ultimate Fighter Season 31 thing? Do you like it, or do you think really the components are such a mismatch that it's not going to work out, or it's not going to be entertaining? There might be some people out there who do think like that. Certainly not me. I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be very entertaining, and also for their fight later on. Who do you think is going to win, Michael Chandler or Conor McGregor? Who do you think's got the upper hand? Chandler, McGregor. Do you think Chandler still or McGregor still stands a chance to win this fight, even after being quite inactive for some time now? So guys, once again, thank you, and don't forget to subscribe.